What is good, fashion people? It is your curly hair brown boy, The Prince, and I'm back at it again with another great video for all you amazing people. So guys, I'm so excited. Today we will be making some cargo pockets from scratch. I'm really excited to do this. Just yesterday, I was sitting and I was thinking, I was like,
I should totally make pockets for my tie-dye shirts.
Right? And then I was like,
but they shouldn't be regular pockets, they should be cargo pockets.
so that was my whole thought process. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something new, if it was helpful towards you guys, then please give this video a thumbs up. It helps me know that you guys enjoy my content. And if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that sub button, guys. I make all sorts of fashion related content like DIYs and reviews. So if you enjoy that type of content, be sure to hit the sub button. So guys, if you're all ready, because you know I'm always ready, let's hop right into today's video. So guys, this is the shirt that we'll be doing the cargo pockets for. It's pretty nice if I say so myself. This is the shirt that I tie-dyed last week. I made a video on this shirt. If you want to watch it, there's a link in the description, or you can just click the card right there. You know, just click that. And so the cargo pockets will be going on the sleeves on both sides. I think it's gonna look really cool. And I've prepared some denim and some tie-dyed cotton fabric of the same shirt material. So to get started, we are gonna go and start with our pattern pieces. So guys, everything you'll need to just start right now is some paper, a pen, and a ruler right here. So I will be making my pocket 12 by 12 the front face of it, and then I think I'll be making it about 4 centimeters wide on the side of the pockets, and then I'll be making a lid. So I'm gonna get started with that, and you guys can just watch and follow along. Now around my front pocket, I will be adding 1 centimeter seam allowance all around this. So I've just named it pocket front panel right here. And so this is 12, pencil broke, 12 by 12 centimeters. Cool. Okay, now I'll be moving onto my lid. So my lid will be just slightly wider than my pocket front, so that my pocket lid will cover my pocket front well. So it was 12, so I'm going to make it about just a centimeter more, so that's 13. And when I look at my pocket, I wanted to cover maybe about halfway, so that would be about 6 centimeters. So I think I'm going to make it about 6 centimeters long. That is my pocket lid, right? But I actually want it to be curved. So what I'm going to do is add in a curve right here, right? My center for this, which is 13, would be 6.5. So 6.5 right here is my center. I'm just marking my center right there. And now what I'm going to do is just make half a circle right here. So I've done here, I just folded it in half. I've got my pattern tracer right here, and I'm just going to trace it out so that I can get a perfect lid on the other side. Now perfect. So it will look absolutely symmetrical when I cut out the pattern. I'm just going to grab my pencil. Here it is. Just use my pencil to go over that and really mark it in there. There we go. It looks good. So that is my lid. What I'm gonna do now is make my 1 centimeter seam allowance all around. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I've done the seam allowance, also 1 centimeter seam allowance. Here's my lid, and then my button will go somewhere around here. Right there, that is where my button will go. And so I'm just gonna name this pocket lid. Right, pocket lid. And so that should be perfectly fine for my pocket lid. And now here I will be making my cargo pocket, the side panels, which will actually give it that 3D look, so it's not so two-dimensional flat against the shirt. Calculate all 3 sides, add that together, and that will be the length of my pocket side panel. So I calculated it, and it is about 36.5, right? So I don't think you guys, let me just go out a bit so you guys can see the full thing. So it is about 36.5, and the width of it is going to be 4 centimeters. Now we're going to go with my scissor and cut it out. So guys, here we go. Here are my pattern pieces. Got my front panel, got my lid, and I got my side panels for the cargo pocket. Here I will be using this denim fabric. It's really light denim fabric. I feel like it will look really nice on this tie-dye shirt. I'll be using this to cut out my pattern pieces. You may recognize this from my patchwork video. So it's still the same pair of jeans, you know, keep upcycling whatever I've got. And I will also be using, where did it go? Here it is. Be using these pieces of fabric for the front panels. So what I did was I went and I tie-dyed. These are just like some old sleeves of a cotton shirt that I cut off, and I just tie-dyed it to look the same. I'll be using these for the front panel. I think it will look really cool to have the tie-dye front panels and then to have the denim side panels and the denim lid. I think it will come together very nicely. So now I'm going to lay my pattern pieces down, cut them out, and then we'll start building it. So now here for my lid, what I'm doing is I'm folding it over, right? Piece of fabric, and then I'm going to pin it, fold it, because we want 2 layers of the lid to be sewn together to have this really nice thick lid that is really going to come together well. So now I'm going to pin it. So guys, now I finished cutting out my pattern pieces on the fabrics that I'll be using. But now what I'll be doing is I'll be cutting it out again on some fusing. So I have some fusing here, and so fusing is used to basically make your fabric a bit more stiff, a bit more rigid so that it can hold its shape. So I'm going to cut everything out in fusing and then fuse all my fabric pieces. This will help that when I'm actually sew my pocket together, it will be kind of stiff and hold its shape. So that as I have it on the shirt, it will look really good holding its shape and not being so floppy and kind of flat against it is, since it is supposed to be a 3D pocket, right? So let me do that quickly. It's exactly the same way I did with the fabric, and then we'll get to fusing. So guys, as you can see here, here's all my facing. I cut them out on using my pattern pieces. I just want to tell you guys, if you do not have facing, it's okay. You can just skip this step. You don't need to use facing to make cargo pockets. I just am because I have it, and it would just improve how it actually looks and how stiff it is. But if you don't have it, it's okay. Just skip it and we can just move on. I'm going to just quickly show you how to stick your facing to your fabrics, and then we'll start sewing. So here's my fabric piece on the wrong side, right? And then this is my facing. So you'll feel that on one side it kind of feels a bit rough, and on one side it feels smoother. So the side that feels rough with all these little dots on them, that is the side that has the glue. So that is the side that you are gonna align with your fabric. So we're just gonna align this like that. Then what we're gonna do is get some paper, right? Get some paper, put it on top, and then start ironing. Guys, make sure that your iron, the heat is not of your iron is not, the water of your iron is not on, so it will not spray any water. It should not spray any water at all. It can totally mess it up and ruin the glue. Okay, and here you can see that it's all one. These little excess pieces here, I'm just gonna cut that off. Just like that. And it is nicely and well done. It has now been fused, and this fabric is just a little bit more stiff and will hold its shape a little bit easier. So I'm gonna do this to the rest of all the other fabrics, all my other pieces, and then we'll get sewing. Okay guys, now that I have all my pieces fused, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start with the pocket lids, right? I'm gonna put it, rule of thumb is that always the right sides go together when you're sewing. So I'm gonna put them together, I'm gonna align them, and then I'm gonna use my measuring tape to mark my 1 centimeter seam allowance all around, just on the sides, and then sew that out. Okay, here we go. There we go. I stitched it up all nicely. Now what we're gonna do is get our scissors, and we're just gonna cut as close to the seam as we possibly can. So I'm just gonna cut. This makes it easy for us to fold in our pocket lid. And there we go. It looks really good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press it flat and then do a top stitch all the way around on the top. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I have finished up my 2 pocket lids. They look pretty good. I did do my stitching here. As you can see, I did my top stitching. I did two rows of it right there. Now what I'm gonna do is move on to my 2 pieces, my front panel of my pocket and the side panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark in the 1 centimeter seam allowances on both of them. So guys, I was hit with load shedding during this video, during the day. So during the day I wasn't able to continue sewing with the video because load shedding struck. For those of you who are not South African and don't know what load shedding is, wow, aren't you lucky? But let me just explain to you what it is. So load shedding is basically when the government takes your electricity for no good reason. Fun! Yay! It's ridiculous and it's sad. But yeah, you know, I'm just gonna continue with it, and hopefully I can finish up with these cargo pockets today. Okay, now so I'm be putting our side panels for the cargo pocket onto our front panel. How we're gonna do this is we're gonna take our corner. We're gonna remember always right sides together, so we're gonna put it together. We're gonna align our side seams, and we're gonna start pinning it up to one corner. You can cut into the corner to release some tension to make it easier, so that you can turn it over, and then pin it, turn, pin all the way to this corner, and pin it up. So that's what I'll be doing right now. Guys, as you can see here, I finished pinning it all up. See there, I pinned it. That's the back side. This is the front. So when we actually turn it in, after we're done sewing, it will look something kind of like this. There we go. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start sewing this all together. So guys, here we go. This is how the cargo pocket is looking. It's actually looking really good. So light blue, here's the tie-dye front. So now what I'm gonna do is basically just cut up these seams and then zigzag stitch them to make them look nice and clean. And then we'll be moving on to sewing this onto the actual shirt. Hey guys, so it's the next day, and after all that load shedding and stuff, I decided let me continue tomorrow, right? So now what we're gonna do is I have my pocket right here, it's completed, and now what we're gonna do is sew it on right onto our shirt. What I also just did really quickly is I took the top of the pocket and I folded it over, and I just made 2 seams on it. I just did 2 to look nice, and this is just to make your top of your pocket give it a clean look. So now we're gonna go ahead and sew it onto the shirt. So guys, now I'm gonna do my pocket placement. So what I've done is I'm gonna actually put it on the sleeve of this shirt, and what I've done is I found the center of it. So if you see here, here's the shoulder seam, so that is where the center is. So now what I'm doing is I'm measuring my pocket. Just the front panel is about 12 centimeters, so I want it to be centralized, right? So from here, I think I want it to be placed roughly around here, because I still need space to add my pocket lid. So it's roughly about here, seems perfectly fine. So that is about, let's see, that's about 10 centimeters from the top, from the middle right here. And from here I'm gonna measure and mark. Got my pencil. I'm going to measure and mark 6 centimeters so that it can be evenly in the middle. I've marked here the center, so I marked 6 centimeters, that's 12 centimeters. Then I'm going to mark from this top marking of mine, I'm going to mark down 12 centimeters, because that is the height of my pocket. Let me just check here. It's actually 11 centimeters, so I'm going to mark down 11 centimeters here. On this side, check on this pocket right here. This pocket's how long? It's about 11 and a half. So now that I have all my markings, I'm going to take my pocket, place it on its marks, and I'm going with the seams folded in. I'm going to place it here on my markings, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start pinning it all the way around. So I got my pins right here, and I'm going to start pinning it. So guys, as you can see here, I finished up with my pocket. There are all my pins all pinned in right there, and now my pocket is looking really good. I'm really happy with the way it's looking. This is exactly how I want it to be sewn in. And so I just want to mention, this is what the fusing was for it to have this stiffness to it, right? As you can see, it's not floppy or falling in on itself. It has the stiffness to it and holds its shape. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew right on the edge of this. So right on the edge where all these pins are, we're gonna sew our way all the way around to get this pocket in place. So we're gonna hop right onto the sewing machine and do that. So guys, as you can see here, I finished sew it up. The pocket is looking really good. Now all we gotta do is add in our lid, right? Our pocket lid, and we're gonna sew that right on top so it looks nice and fits well. So now to add the pocket lid, what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically just position it slightly above the pocket, roughly about there, and then we're gonna pin it and then sew it up. So guys, here you can see I finished stitching. It's stitched on. It looks really good. This pocket is coming together so well. I'm so happy to see it. So now what we're gonna do is, because it's really flapping open all the time, what we're gonna do now is fold it down, press it, and then what we're gonna do is do a top stitch right at the top. We're gonna stitch all the way across. I'm gonna do 2 stitches. The bottom one will just be a decorative stitch, just a straight line, just for it to look really good. So yeah, so now I'm just gonna do a top stitch, and then this pocket should almost be done. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I did my top stitching. There it is. So guys, now you can see how the pocket is looking. It is looking really good. There is its lid, and it looks really nice. So now what we're gonna do to finish this off is we're gonna fold in our corners on the sides. We're gonna fold it in like this, just each corner on the top. So this side, and then again on this corner, we're gonna fold the side panels in on themselves to look like this. So that the pocket is flattish on the top and more baggy on at the bottom. So guys, I finished up with the cargo pocket. It is looking so good. Here we go. It's all finished right here. The lid opens nicely. It looks really good. I actually put a pair of scissors in here so you can see that it is totally functioning and works well. The only thing I will probably add is a button. I'll probably add a button on later on, just right there, but it looks good. You can see it from the side. 3D cargo pocket. I have one on each side. This shirt is looking really good. Like it's really looking so good. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, you liked it, you learned something new, then give this video a nice big thumbs up. Click that thumbs up button guys, it helps me know that you enjoy my content. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy DIYs, fashion tutorials, fashion reviews, then you want to sub to the channel, because that's exactly what I do on my channel. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Keep living your passion. Bye guys.